Happy Wednesday. Welcome to another Glow and Grow. So my message for today is about culture. And I want you to be careful with how much value, I hope you guys can hear me, how much value you put on culture. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Nailah Abdullah, and I help women to heal and rebuild themselves from toxic and narcissistic relationships. So with that in mind, something that I've noticed, even in my own personal experience, as well as other women that I've worked with, is that sometimes we put so much value, the sun is in my eyes, sometimes we put so much value on culture. And culture is not just about the country you were born in or the color of your skin. Culture is really about the norms within your circle of people, right? You can have a different culture in how you deal with relationships, on how you show up as a partner, a wife, a girlfriend, what you expect from your boyfriend or husband. That can be very different from someone else who comes from the same country and has the same color of skin, right? So culture is not just about where you were born or what you look like, but it's really about the norms, what's normal within the people that you are around, either grew up around or still around, right? And what I've noticed is that one of the things that keeps people in toxic or narcissistic relationships, right, which really means you're ignoring the signs, you're not seeing the signs as red flags, as concerns, you're not seeing it as a problem because of what culture has taught us. Let me give you an example. Even for myself, but other women that I have worked with too, some who have Caribbean backgrounds, Hispanic backgrounds. And of course, this does not apply to everyone, so no one get offended, right? But this is speaking in general. And the pattern that I have seen is that unconditional loyalty is considered noble, right? And of course, when you are in a relationship, you do want to be loyal, of course, honest. But where it goes wrong is that it's unconditional, right? And I'm not saying to stay in the relationship and not be loyal, but there has to be some boundaries, right? What I've noticed, and I'll give my own personal experience as an example, I was very fixated on having, that family life, right? Building a life together by any means necessary, right? So even when I saw red flags, even when I saw disrespectful behavior, it was like, no, stick it out, because that's what a good woman does, right? That was the culture that I was raised in, right? And even though it's funny, because sometimes you're raised in certain things and you see it as a child or a young adult, and you're like, oh, I don't like that. That will never be me. But you don't realize what you take on, right? What you adopt as you become a person in that position. You start to repeat some of those same behaviors and traits that you did not like, right? So my advice for you, my message for you today is to start to look at what are the examples that you have around you? What are you seeing? Because sometimes we are taking on certain norms from other